Olá, sejam bem-vindos à TDM Reportagem. Uma dedicou a vida à defesa das mulheres, a outra é o exemplo extremo da violência a que as mulheres estão sujeitas dentro de casa. No dia em que o mundo celebra a condição da mulher, a jornalista Rita Tavares-Teles falou com Juliana Devoy sobre o que mudou nestes 2 anos e meio de criminalização da violência doméstica e sobre o caso Lao Mong Ieng. É a TDM Reportagem desta semana.
我们的政府、我们的医院、我们的社会不要放弃对女儿的治疗和救治啊，因为她只有31岁呀，她的未来的人生道路还很长，她还有孩子。
I really admire her courage and her will to live, because the very reason that her parents came over from mainland Sichuan was that they were worried because many people, if something like this happens, they will commit suicide. So they wanted to make sure that she would be safe. And so she has a very strong will to live, and I think it is because of her 6-year-old son.
I 好想可以再睇到嘢。
點解呢？
因為希望可以撫養小朋友長大成人，仲有爹哋媽咪年紀大咗，我都希望喺佢哋嘅晚年可以照顧翻佢哋。
咁呢段時間你點樣鼓勵自己？
點樣鼓勵自己？我冇鼓勵自己，我就係諗住想湊翻我小朋友，我冇鼓勵過自己。就係諗住點樣先可以同佢團聚，點樣先可以接到佢出嚟，點樣先可以撫養佢成人，要完成我嘅任務。
但係你都有關心其他人，你都想將來可以幫到其他人，係咪？
可以鼓勵到其他人咯。如果佢哋唔驚我樣衰。
Well, the first time I went with Agnes, how can I explain? I would say she's very nice. Yes, very nice and friendly. She doesn't initiate conversation, but if you do, she will respond. And then I think she likes music because she would like to sing a song. So I think you have to spend time, because mostly when people go, they have an objective, like the lawyer want to get more information so that she could represent her when the case comes to court. Or like when Agnes and I went the first time, I think we wanted to be able to share with the media, the press, what her situation was like.
Actually, the pictures that we show or online or those pictures I gave you, they are all, I can just say that you haven't seen what's really happened, okay? So then I think that if anyone, I'm quite sure that once you you meet with her, and then you will understand how urgent the case would be. And if you have the chance to speak with her, and then you will know that she really desire to have the eyesight restored and really want to see her son again. And that's something very natural for a mother. And she's really living with that dream now.
I felt like weeping, crying to see somebody. As when you look at the picture of her before this happened, she was a very attractive woman. So, and then to see this total disfigurement, and then it's one thing to look at it in the picture, but then to see it, yeah, you couldn't help but feel so, I just wanted to hug her and cover up her face. So we have 3 bank books full. Some people have donated as much as $200,000. Yeah. Or maybe somebody donated $100 or $50. So the people of Macau are so generous. It's really outstanding. Everybody gets concerned. It's not because they have a lot of money, but many people, they don't have much, but they still want to give something. Now, usually, we would not become involved in fundraising of any kind, but this is a very special situation. In our 30 years, almost 30 years, we will be celebrating, never have we seen anything like the case of Ieng. Yes. We have some families that are staying here. We have one woman who is pregnant. She has already had 3 children, but she was not able to take care of them. So at present they're being cared for in a children's home because she's also expecting at the end of this month. We have 2 families that each have 2 children, and one who has a teenager.
But these women, they are victims of domestic violence?
Yes.
All of them?
The ones right here, yes. We're quite happy about having achieved something by having the law to criminalize domestic violence passed a couple of years ago, after working several years to get that. But at the same time, you don't change, this is not particular to Macau. It's a world culture that men are superior to women, and women have to listen and do what men say. So we can't expect that the culture of Macau in this regard would change overnight or even within a year or 2. The position of the government was that it's their human right to decide whether to prosecute or not. So anyway, we succeeded in changing that viewpoint. It's not their human right to decide whether to prosecute. It's their human right to be protected. I think one of the differences is that women have more courage now to go and report because they know they will be paid attention to.
But many women, because of this law, feel safer and are coming forward and saying, this is happening to me. And they're asking help from you and other institutions. But when you look at the court and the cases that are prosecuted, there's almost none. Recently, the secretary, Tam, he said he believes the government is doing his part, social affairs. But maybe the courts and the prosecutor's office is interpreting the law in a different way.
Se calhar também não tem nada a ver com autoridades policiais, ou isso tem a ver com o tribunal também.
And also the Secretary for Security, and he talks for the police forces, he believes that domestic violence, it's only if it's continuous aggression. So he doesn't believe one time is enough.
如果佢只係跟蹤 Só é de vez em quando. Este ano dá uma chapada, passado 2 anos dá uma outra chapada. Este não é considerado como um maltrato. Este pode ser uma agressão entre um casal. Como sabem que entre casais às vezes também entram em briga. Mesmo que seja instaurado o caso como se fosse um caso de ofensa integral física simples, o Ministério Público achar que não é, pode mudar o tipo de crime.
Well, I think you have to put it all in context. In the past, when the woman went to make a police report, then they would ask her to go to the hospital, or they would take her to the hospital to verify any wounds. And then when she came back, they would ask her, do you want to prosecute or not? And most of the women would say no for a whole variety of reasons. It could be that they will have nobody to take the kids to school because they'll have to go to work at a certain time, or their mother-in-law would turn against them, or any kind of reason. One time a woman called me up. She had been in the hospital because of domestic violence, and that was not the first time. And then I said to her, why don't you leave him? And she said, oh no, then my children would be children of a single parent. That's another thing that in Macau people look down on. And the children in school, if somebody says, where's your daddy? Then they feel so humiliated, and so because they can't come up with a response. But so the reasons why they would say no. But actually, it doesn't mean that in criminal law that the punishment would be jail. It doesn't mean that at all. But it means that there is some punishment, and maybe they will be on probation, or maybe they will have to do something to show that they're not going to harm their wife or something like that. It would be a mistake to think that because nobody's going to jail that then there's no punishment. But in the past there was zero punishment, nothing. Nobody even was put on probation or anything. It was just like you didn't do anything wrong because the woman did not go lay. Most of the couples that we have had here as domestic violence victims, maybe you had a slap, they will build up. I slap you or hit you or twist your arm or whatever, before they actually physically wounds. So, but in this case, this was not what was going on. So that's why it's very hard to understand. I was there when she was being interviewed by a lawyer. It's difficult to find a reason because even the lawyer who was trying to understand what happened so that when they go to court, she would be able to help her because the father is now in prison, but the case has not yet come up to court. But it's not that they had marriage problems all the time and that he was very violent or very, no. That's what makes it so confusing.
Sometimes 翻我小朋友。 。
because I do the phone Mong Ieng, maybe every other night or something to say hello and we're praying for you. And then I tell her, you can't believe how many people care about you because of the donations that we receive in our bank account. So I try for her, I'm sure it gives her some encouragement and some hope. The very fact that we have already accumulated $1 million because of people donating, I do not think that they believe that whatever he did has any justification, because it's too extreme.
好多謝大家，雖然個身同埋塊面一直都係好痛，但係你哋讓我睇到希望。有希望嘅每一日對於我嚟講都係一件好好嘅禮物，係全澳門好心人俾我嘅禮物，好多謝你哋。我都好期待快啲與個小朋友團聚。日後希望我個經歷都可以鼓勵到其他人，用生命影響生命。
Women have plenty of power in the church. I think you don't have to be the Pope in order to have power. No, and I think women have their role, which is to be a woman. I think we need feminism. For me, I'm not to advance women to become, because I don't think power is the most important thing. I think love is the most important thing.
TDM Reportagem está de regresso na próxima semana com um novo tema.